Anyway, I'm here with
Ester.
Ester. I can't pronounce your last name.
Nah, it's a German name, Porterfeld.
And where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Germany, but I'm working currently in the UK for 505 Games.
What's 505 Games?
It's a publisher. We published things like Zumba. Soon Sniper Elite will be out. Sniper Elite 2. We did Blackwater. Did a lot of bigger titles. Zumba is one of our biggest titles, I could say, or Naughty Bear.
And you said that you just joined
Joined the company 2 months ago, to be honest.
2 months
I'm
ago?
still catching up on things.
And how much of Zumba do you know? How much of the game Zumba do you know?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I don't understand the question.
How much of the game Zumba do you know?
You mean Zumba? How much people play Zumba?
Yes. How popular is it?
I mean, it's currently number one in Europe on the Kinect chart. They just released it for Xbox 360, so that's quite big, I guess.
What else? Do you know? Actually, is your company showcasing any upcoming titles for GDC?
No, we don't showcase here. We don't showcase in general. What we do is normally go to those places, look at the developer, and whatever title which we see potential in, we talk to those developers and see if we can publish their game and get in contact with them and do business with. So it's pretty much for us is to see what else is out there. And what is the next big thing, and to see if we can sponsor them and help them and publish for them, pretty much.
So,
but I'm the QA manager, so I'm here mainly for looking and talking to vendors. That means QA outsourcing companies to see if we can do business with them and pretty much see if the price ranges, how good they are, and let them pitch to so to speak.
So practically you're scoping and scouting around for
pretty much.
these
That's
companies.
pretty much the idea. I mean, normally I would go to the convention speakers and receptions, but the issue is that I actually wasn't planned in. I came. They said I could go very late in the process. I was unsure if I was going last week at the same time, so it was very short notice. Normally I would go to the European GDC in Cologne rather than the American one because it's closer. It's just closer and it's more valid in Europe because my business is more European orientated. So I look quite a lot for localization vendors in addition to functionality as well.
So practically they just sent you an email towards the last minute. How much of a last minute thing was this?
Very last minute. I think I booked the tickets Thursday, yeah. I'm a little bit in a haze because I have quite a lot of jet lag. I just flew in yesterday, so for me, I think it's midnight now, technically in the UK. So I'm a little bit, in a jet lag.
And how many companies have you gone to so far?
So far, four different companies. So I had a quick meeting with NOA in the morning, Nintendo of America, just a quick meet and greet, and then went to 3 other companies.
And what are the names of the 3 other companies?
I'd rather not say, because I don't want to spark competition, so I'm
Okay.
fine.
Okay. And you were trying to get into the hall earlier.
Yeah, I wanted to go to the GDC play now, but apparently it's closed off for now, today. But I will definitely look into it tomorrow again. It's just very interesting to see all the new upcoming games. For me, as a gamer, I went into QA management for the games, to be honest. I love playing, I love my job. I get to play games 8 hours a day, so I'm all good. But to see also the new upcoming titles and new developers coming up with new ideas, fresh ideas. That's always really, really fun to see.
And what do you think about StarCraft Ghost?
Say that again?
What do you think about StarCraft Ghost? It's a game that has been in development for over 10 years now.
Sorry, I have no opinion on that. There were quite a lot of for example, Duke Nukem Forever was quite a long time. They developed that as well.
I remember playing that lewd game when I was just only a kid,
Yeah, but
with all that adult content
yeah.
being thrown at my face.
But I mean, sometimes there's a German saying which is "Gut Ding will Weile haben," means sometimes the time it takes, sometimes good things need to take longer, but that's not always the case for games, because I worked with a developer who developed their games in 2004, and they changed their concept in that time so often that the original idea is kind of faded away and is completely replaced. So it really depends on if they're true to what they wanted to do in the first place, to be honest. Then maybe it needs to take that long.
I see. And actually, whenever you go around looking for people, how many concept artists does 505 Games
Unfortunately,
look for?
very unfortunately, we have no concept artists, we have no artists in general. Well, we have some artists, but they are doing box title work, so that means packaging and stuff, or manuals. We have no coders, nothing. I came from a company who had all that. They had concept artists, they had animators, they had artists in general. They had coders, and I love that environment. It's really creative and really amazing, because everybody is drawing from each other and helping each other out, so it's very good teamwork. But in the developer, in the publisher, it's very different. A publisher has the branding team, a marketing team. They pretty much do everything from a completely different angle, whilst a developer sitting there producing the game, and they are probably sitting in a different country producing the game. The publisher will make sure that the game is marketed correctly and will sell eventually. So they are looking at a very different angle, very commercial angle, which is not always. It's different. It's very different for me as well, because I come from a developer who all did that on their own and had all those people there. It's a very creative environment. It's amazing.
I see. And what was the name of the company that you previously worked for?
that's they called Lockwood. They do quite a lot of PlayStation Home, but they are, I think they are one of the most interesting developer in home. They are very very good, but they do quite a lot. They produce quite a lot of clothing and retail items. But on the other hand, they do a lot of nice looking spaces. The games are very inventive, at least for home. Home is a very hard platform to develop on. I'm not quite sure if you're familiar with PlayStation Home. It's a very social environment, but on the other hand, we make games work there. We try to make them work with the little amount of technical ability that they got, pretty much.
I'm not familiar with that company.
Huh?
I'm not familiar with that company because.
Okay, don't worry about it. It's a very, very small developer. Been with Mascone before. They did Parabellum, which is called now Hedon, which is it's a PS. No, it's not a PS Vision. It wasn't saying. No, it's an FPS, free-to-play FPS, which didn't pass the beta state yet. So they are still continuing developing it. Before that, I worked with a QA outsourcing vendor, and I did pretty much anything from Pony Friends to Championship Manager to Bionicle to, I don't know, Prism, that was the DS titles. Things Club. I can't remember. Oh, quite a lot of different titles. Oh yeah, Ace Attorney for Capcom. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. That may be interesting. I have no idea. There are quite a lot of different games we'd be looked into.
I see. And what do you think about GDC?
I like it. I really like it. I like it, the calmness about it, because the GDC in San Francisco is very different to the one in Germany, because in Germany you have the public is able to go to the GDC. I think you pay 10 euro for a pass, and then you have a lot of kids running around wild and screaming at pretty much anyone. So I like the calmness. I like the sophistication, I would say.
And what do you plan to do tomorrow?
I'm going back in there and have a look around the games they showcase, and hopefully also see different vendors.
The local museum, the local video game museum has an exhibit in there as well.
Say that again?
The local video game museum has an exhibit in there as
right.
well.
I didn't know that.
So they practically have Virtual Boy, Vectrex, those type of old devices in there.
Nice. Okay.
So if you want to play with some old devices, this is like practically a good time to check them out.
Okay.
And thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.